You probably thought Macaulay Culkin was like other child actors who rose to fame young and publicly spiraled out of control through poor family relationships, terrible financial decisions, and extreme drug abuse. We were just too young to remember all this happening. But maybe we were wrong, and he handled it better than almost any other child star. This is the tragic tale of Macaulay Culkin. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Macaulay was born on the 28th of August 1980 in New York City to his parents Christopher Kit Culkin, a former actor, and Patricia Brentrup. He had 6 siblings, 2 of them who also became well-known actors, Rory and Kieran Culkin. From that we can guess that Macaulay's acting career was another case of parents trying to live out their dreams through their kids, which never ends well. Macaulay's upbringing wasn't glamorous. Being one of 9 sharing a small apartment in Yorkville, Manhattan, his mother worked as a telephone operator and his father at the local church. He started acting at 4 years old. In 1985, he made his television debut in the TV movie Midnight Hour, playing the role of the Halloween Kid. Fast forward a few years, he appears in an episode of The Equalizer, playing the character of a kidnapped victim.
Come on, kid. Someone's gonna drive you back to your old man.
Thank you, sir.
Kid's got manners.
Soon after this, his parents became his managers, which we all know is a recipe for success. That year he made his film debut in Rocket Gibraltar, where he played Cy Blue. Following a good performance, he landed another role a year later in the rom-com See You in the Morning. Later, in 1989, he landed what would be his biggest role yet in the comedy Uncle Buck, alongside comedy legend John Candy.
Do I have an uncle?
Unfortunately.
According to an old teacher, before his fame, he'd search for money under benches at sports games. Shortly after, no one could have expected how his life was about to change forever. Everything changed for Macaulay in 1990 when the Christmas classic Home Alone was released, playing the main character Kevin McAllister.
Disappear.
Him landing the role definitely had something to do with Uncle Buck's director, John Hughes, landing the directing job for Home Alone. His brother played Fuller in the movies, and I never realized this until yesterday. But you can definitely see the resemblance. How did we not notice? Right over my head. Culkin was nominated for a Golden Globe and won an American Comedy Award for his role as Kevin McAllister.
The star of Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin.
Hello, Miss Roach.
In 1991, his career continued to grow. He landed a role in the cartoon Wish Kid, which was an American version of Aladdin, except with a baseball glove. It did great. Then at just 11 years old, he hosted Saturday Night Live, appearing in sketches with Mike Myers and Al Franken.
You, Kyle S. will maintain your anonymity.
Later, in an interview with Joe Rogan, Culkin said his dad wouldn't let him use cue cards during the show, making him learn lines that didn't even make the cut.
Like that, I had to do. I had to do it without cue cards because my father didn't want me to use cue cards. So I had to memorize all that stuff. Plus,
Dad?
Plus the skits that didn't even make it into the show. So I had to memorize skits that didn't even end up in the show. Yeah.
Perfect signs of a father-son working relationship. Right after SNL, he starred in the music video for Michael Jackson's triple platinum hit Black or White, after Michael reached out to him at the peak of his fame because he related to Culkin's newfound fame at an early age. Continuing his rise to fame, Macaulay landed another role that year in the film My Girl. For his role in the movie, he was nominated for Best On-Screen Duo, but won the award for Best Kiss at the MTV Movie Awards with Anna Klumsky.
3.
They were 11 and they won the award for Best Kiss, beating stiff competition. Macaulay made $110,000 from Home Alone, which grossed over $400 million in the box office, and catapulted him to stardom. So when Home Alone 2 came around, his payday quadrupled, I'm not that good at maths, to $4.5 million. Off the back of another successful film, he landed more roles in major films like The Godson, Getting Even with Dad, and The Page Master. I didn't know this, but he was a student at the American School of Ballet and landed a role in The Nutcracker. It wasn't until 1994 he landed what would be another iconic character, Richie Rich, which is a movie about a really rich kid who has a McDonald's in his house and gets kidnapped. Everyone's childhood dream, which is why I was really surprised with the mixed reviews, but is still crushed at the box office. It was at the age of 15 he was bored of acting and decided that early retirement was his next step. Early retirement at 15. Later that year, his parents separated after 20 years together and was followed by a demoralizing custody case, both accusing one another father of excessive drinking, physical abuse, and unfaithful behavior. This led Macaulay to the decision of taking his parents off his trust fund and found an executor to oversee his finances. If he made $8 million per film, his parents would get $1 million, that being 15% of all his earnings. His mother won the custody battle, and he's been estranged from his father ever since. A lot of this was caused by Kit Culkin being extremely difficult to work with and being labeled the stage father from hell. Those words come from the director of 20th Century Fox at the time. Jump ahead 3 years. At 18 years old, he married actress Rachel Miner. They separated in 2000 and divorced in 2002. I had no clue he even got married. Apparently he took a vow of celibacy. I don't know how true that is though. After a 6-year break from acting, he made his return to acting, but this time across the Atlantic, returning to his acting roots on the stage in the West End in 2000. Fast forward 3 years, he's back on TV on NBC's sitcom Will and Grace. 8 years after Richie Rich, he starred in Party Monster, then another movie called Saved, about a Christian girl who got pregnant in high school. I don't need to explain anymore. Then, in 2004, he was arrested in Oklahoma for 17 grams of weed and 2 controlled substances, Xanax and Klonopin. He was jailed and released on $4,000 bail. In court, he pleaded not guilty, but reversed the plea to guilty. He received 3 one-year suspended prison sentences. And other than that, I can't find any dirt on him. Nothing about heroin use, possession of heroin, nothing. Just made up rumors from tabloids for clicks. Then he landed a voice acting role in Seth Green's Robot Chicken, recreating Home Alone, and in 2006 he published a semi-autobiographical novel called Junior, discussing his rise to stardom and his broken relationship with his father. From 2006 to 2008, he appeared in 1 movie and a limited TV series on NBC. A year later, he made a cameo appearance in WWE Raw, helping Hornswoggle beat Chavo Chuero using some old Home Alone tricks. 2 years later, Macaulay broke up with his long-term girlfriend, Mila Kunis. That's a relationship I didn't expect. After 9 years, they broke up, and apparently they're still friends. From 2012 to 2013, he appeared in a feature film shot entirely on an iPhone and starred in an online series called Drivers. In 2013, he uploaded a YouTube video lasting over 4 minutes, but only talked for the final 20 seconds.
My name is Macaulay Culkin, and I just finished pizza.
This was a promotion for his pizza-themed comedy rock band, the Pizza Underground. He just recorded himself eating pizza for 4.5 minutes. The group made songs about lactose intolerance
To a lactose intolerance.
and taking a walk on the wild slice. They even used pizza boxes as instruments. Fast forward 3 years, in 2016, Macaulay announced the Pizza Underground was splitting up but releasing 1 more album. That year, he popped up in a TV ad for CompareTheMarket.com with cute little meerkats. In 2017, he started dating ex-Disney Channel star Brenda Song, most famously known for playing London Tipton in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. 2018 was the year he launched his comedy website and podcast Bunny Ears, with a YouTube channel with over 60,000 subscribers. That year, he went on Mark Maron's WTF podcast and discussed his dad's alleged abuse that finally led him to quit acting. That year, he broke the internet again, recreating his role of Kevin McAllister 28 years later for a Google Assistant ad, where he recreated some of the movie's most iconic scenes. A year later, he landed another role in Seth Green's movie Changeland, alongside his girlfriend, Brenda Song. He even wore his signature bunny ears in the movie. He also legally changed his name to Macaulay Culkin, changing his middle name to his first and last name. And again in 2021, he took the world by storm as his character in American Horror Story, his new character being the furthest thing from Kevin McAllister. Later in 2021, he welcomed his first child to the world, and now he's a dad. Almost everything we thought we knew about Macaulay Culkin was wrong. Unlike a lot of child stars, he actually had a successful career comeback.